Today on the channel, we whooped that trick with a first-timer in the line in Nathan Frazer, main event 157, and then in main event 158, we got Trick Williams.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE main event unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Trick Williams, we got Nathan Frazer. But for all your main event needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. That's exactly what I did with this Nathan Frazer right here. As I grabbed him over there at Jay's, I was over there the other day, they had him in stock. And we see it at Ringside Collectibles. Usually I get my wrestling figures over there at Ringside. Yes, there are other places to get wrestling figures. Ringside always gets these guys first, but man, oh man, if you're sleeping, if you're not checking social media, guys like Nathan Frazer, they're selling out immediately. The female wrestlers selling out immediately. First timers in the line selling out immediately. Main events, which were formerly basics, a little harder to get in this day and age. I see it at retail where they don't release the full cases. I've seen 157 many a times. No Alundra Blaze, no Nathan Frazer. But they got the Drew McIntyres and Jey Usos for days. So getting a little bit harder to find some of these main event figures like this Nathan Frazer. And I was lucky that Jay's had him in stock. And of course, Trick Williams, I found on a Walmart run out of state on a work trip. And I was bored. I said, you know what, I'm going to pick this up. And I did it. Not sure if I really needed this in my collection, but I guess we'll dive into it. Of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, see what old Nathan Frazer's up to here, and it's probably no good. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, first timer in the line. He's also the Chase edition, so I'm going to have to try to track that Chase down. Hopefully, he is, of course, part of Axiom, or he tag team partners with Axiom, I should say, and they were the NXT tag team champions for quite some time. Now part of the SmackDown roster, as we do know, but looking good and always fun to get a first time in the line. Last time in the line, I guess we'll see what happens. And it's interesting, Axiom got a regular in Chase. He gets a regular in Chase, but I guess Axiom being a little bit more toyetic, he got into the Elite line where Nathan Frazer, just a guy with no shirt and long hair, I guess he gets a main event style figure. But he is part of 157, as we can see here. Glamour shot, of course, looking good. On the back, got the cross sell there. Got a little bit of that tail of the tape. What's it say about our friend Nathan Frazer? Signature move, the old Phoenix Splash, first time in the line. And of course, Rey Mysterio, Alundra Blaze, we unboxed them already on the channel. Check out that review. Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, I'm probably going to pass on those two is what I'm going to end up doing. And that's just the way it goes. The way the old cookie crumbles. See you later. Goodbye, Plastic Prison. Nathan Frazer doing Nathan Frazer things once again. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. We got Nathan Frazer out of the package here. Interesting look. I like the hair down in the front. Looks good. It looks almost like this a little bit here. Looks good in the hair department. Very big hair on him. Got a beard going there. You could set your watch to if you wanted to. 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, no ears. Can't see any ears sculpted in on there, so that's an interesting thing, but obviously the hair covers all that up. Very stoic face on him, no smile, no anger, just kind of middle of the road, I guess, playing the safe bet as far as head sculpts go. Looking pretty good. Bare chest, no shirt, nothing like that. You do got nice wristbands over here, I guess wrist tape. You got a little bit of gold against the blue, looking good. That does carry on down to the pants here. The blue and gold attack looking very good. A little bit of a darker midnight blue on the side. NF over here, and Nathan Frazer, obviously, is what that stands for, I think. Okay, we'll check. But looking good. Very uniform design of his gear, of course, here. Now, he does got 1 fisted hand, 1 gripping hand. I like the mix-up. I'm glad it's just not 2 gripping hands. Give him a fist. Why wouldn't you? Give him a fist right there. Arms all the way around, side to side, single jointed elbows. Hands back and forth, side to side, removable. So if you want to mix these up, you can do that. Back and forth, side to side, waist back and forth, side to side. Big old Nathan Frazer splits. Oh, very tight in that left one, but we did get it. There we go. There we go. Leg goes upright like so. Single jointed knee, very tight, of course. Boot cut, and that is all we get. No ankles, anything like that. Does have the hole in his feet, though, of course, for the Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% right there. And I did mention, of course, Axiom once upon a time. Got the NXT title belt with him. I grabbed the other NXT tag team title belt. Stick that with Nathan Frazer. You got these guys as a tag team right here, ready to go. Pretty darn cool. Be it two different style of figures, but it can work. It can work, and it's nice to have another tag team in the division. I know when I was a kid, as a kid, it was always great to get tag team partners together and just have a little bit more pizzazz in your playing days. Maybe you're doing a tag match, maybe you're doing a singles, maybe a 6-man, maybe a Survivor Series match every once in a while. You guys know how it goes, but we also know how it goes with Trick Williams. We're going to whoop that trick, Todd McFarlane. You've been known to do that a time or two in your single years, and I think you spent some time in the pen for that, if I'm not mistaken. But Trick Williams was NXT World Champion once upon a time, but currently, as of filming, is the TNA World Champion. So a very cool crossover there. And I'm a big Trick Williams fan. I think he's done an awesome job. I enjoy his work. It'll be interesting to see where he goes in the future. If he'll always just kind of be around TNA, NXT with such stacked rosters and stuff like that. Sometimes maybe it's not so bad just to stay in the NXTs of the world. I don't know. I guess the paycheck. It's about the paycheck at the end of the day. You got to follow the money, as we know. But Trick Williams looking awfully plain Jane right here, but still looking pretty good. Trick Williams there, of course, part of 158 hitting Walmart stores right now. Your mileage may vary, of course, as we know. WWE main event looking good. On the back, got the crew. I was after that Obafemi. I saw all these guys on the shelf, but no Obafemi, of course. Isn't that just the way? Tail of the tape back there for Trick. What's it say? Signature move. The old trick shot. Trick Williams, 158. He is a brawler. Obviously, Nathan Frazer, I forgot to read it, but he is a high flyer. No stranger to that, of course. But let's get old Trick Williams out of the package. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Trick Williams prison. See you later. Goodbye. That was a terrible see you later. Goodbye. Try it again. Take 2. See you later. Goodbye. And now we're going to whoop that trick with this gangly Trick Williams. And I'm not sure how tall Trick Williams is. I was thinking he was really, really tall, but I think he might only be like 6'1", 6'2". So I don't know. But interesting on this one. He's got a bit of a giraffe neck, and he really feels like a giant figure. Maybe it's that long torso. It almost reminds you of that Kofi Kingston torso they use every once in a while. But it does got the bicep bands there in black. A little skinny in the arms, too. They could have probably given him a little bit more size, I think. I don't know if he needs to be Obafemi size, but he feels a little too Kofi Kingston to me in the body style here, where he's just like very lean and skinny and long. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Now, we do get a fist and a gripping hand, the exact opposite hands of Nathan Frazer. Wrist tape going on, just all in black. Talked about the bicep bands there. Head sculpt's got a little bit of a smile going on. Got that hair all back there, wrapped up in a hair tie, looking pretty good. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a beard. So shout out to Trick Williams, of course. Now he's got the silver and black Raiders colors going on here. I like the head on the side. That looks good. So he's got a little design there. That looks very nice. And then you got the design all the way down into the boots. 2 different style boots. That's a cool look as well. It does say Trick. What's that say? Trick James? Trick James, I guess what that is. I think it was going to say Trick Williams, but apparently Trick James, not to be confused with Rick James, who you used to party with back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, the early 80s, right? Oh, yeah, you were writing skull bones or crossbones or something like that, you said, and Rick James came in through one day and took you on a heck of an adventure for like 1 month straight. You lost track of time, lost track of everything, and you also lost that job, if I'm not mistaken. And that's true, Todd McFarlane. Hard times for old Todd, but man, you partying with Rick James, I'm sure you got stories. You should come on here one day and tell those stories. Maybe we'll see what happens. Articulation can be identical to Mr. Frazer over there. Head back forth, side to side. Head, of course, removable if you need it to be for whatever reason. Arms all the way around, side to side, single jointed elbows. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Those big old Trick Williams splits. Legs go up. Then you got single jointed knee, very tight right there. And then, of course, the boot cut. And as usual, he should also fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle. Save myself 10% right there. And we're going to whoop that trick all day long and maybe into the night too. You never know what we might be up to. But I do got another Trick Williams, and this one is the Trick Williams glasses. North American title, all in white, and I added the Seth Rollins jacket from his top picks, the worst figure of last year, if you remember that top pick. So I said, I'm taking the jacket and I'm giving it to Trick Williams, going to spicy him up a little bit there. Absolutely cool there. Obviously, the Elite is where the money is, but it's cool for a guy like Trick Williams to get some more figures. Have to imagine he's going to be in the next round of Elite notices once they get through some of the stuff from San Diego Comic-Con, of course, because Trick's been all over TV, NXT, and then, of course, on TNA TV as their champion right now. So I got to think there's going to be more Trick Williams figures in the future, but not a bad piece of business here. I probably prefer Nathan Frazer. Obviously cool to complete Fraxium. I guess that's their technical tag team name. It's cool to complete that set here today. Trick Williams kind of is what it is. If you got the Elite, you might be good, unless you like the new paint scheme on this one. Or you might say, I'm just going to wait for a better one in the future. Choose your own adventure, as we say all the time. So there it is, another main event unboxing. What's your thoughts on these guys? These guys worth the pick up to you? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to both my YouTube channels. Check out Patreon and YouTube channel memberships for even more content. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast each and every single Tuesday. It is The Kyle Peterson Show. Check it out if you have not already, with bonus video cast on YouTube. So for another main event unboxing, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?